You are welcome back to Qualitative Research Methods. And I'm here as Professor Boatin to take you through the session. I don't know whether I'm here as Professor Boatin to take you through the session, but I'm not very sure whether Professor Owusu is around. But whatever it is, we'll go through. I have here my able teaching assistants who are in your year 2, students in year 2, who will be chipping in and helping me manage the class. Okay, so I gave you something simple to do. I just want to hear from a few people on what they have done so far and see what they have been able to put together. So let me start with HR students. The HR student who would like to volunteer and show and share his. Emily, are you in HR?
No, Prof. OMIS.
Yeah, sure. So who are those in HR? HR, you are not going to mention who you are.
Hello, Prof.
Mr. Sefa, yes.
Yes, Sefa, I'm in HR.
Who are the other people in HR?
I'm also in HR, Doc.
Hey, I'm not the doctor, I'm a professor.
Sir. Prof.
You are the one looking for to become a doctor. I mean, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. Okay. You are also in HR. When I ask her who is in HR, you are quiet. Sefa, who else?
The network. Sorry.
Sorry.
You call Sefa and who again?
We have Thomas with us.
Let the people speak for themselves. They are raising.
Okay, yes, please. Okay.
With my mouth, they are raising.
I'm also in HR.
Gloria.
I'm also in HR.
Okay. Okay, Sefa, go ahead and show what you have. I've allowed you to share your slides.
Yes, Prof. So, Prof, my search was on environmental sustainability and green human resource management.
In a PowerPoint.
Pardon?
I told you to design a PowerPoint. Are you not ready?
I think after the time I came online.
Oh, so your PowerPoint is not ready?
Yes, please.
So HR, whose PowerPoint? All the HR, none of you, your PowerPoint is ready.
Please, mine is ready, but I'm not able to open the Zoom on my laptop, so I'm not able to share my screen. Unless I said I put my video on from my phone and show it. If that's it.
Please go and get your team to work because this we'll be talking.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So
I'll try and make it work for now.
Nobody in HR has a working Zoom. Like I said. So and it's funny. Okay, you say first speak to your own, then after that I'll get to somebody who has a working Zoom.
And the article, one of the was by Kifi Sebanya and Amwa, 2024. And their study was in respect to sorry. The study was on environmental sustainability among workers in Ghana, the role of green human resource management. And they identified that there were some limitations in respect to, the problem stated they identified was that there was a limitation in respect to intra and indirect relationship between human resource functions. That is the human resource practices and environmental sustainability. So they advise that there's the need to work on direct influences of the relationships, and further recommended the need for interrelationship between the functional areas of human resource management and environmental sustainability. The second aspect was by a research by
If you're unable to continue, anybody in
their quest was
since you are breaking in your mic, let's get somebody in accounting who is ready with the PowerPoint. Accounting, anybody in the PowerPoint?
yes, I think my network.
Yes.
My network.
So I'm asking accounting.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Accounting, anybody with the PowerPoint? So accounting, no PowerPoint. Okay. You know, when I ask and you don't respond, you're actually penalizing yourself. So
hello, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Christian, accountant.
Yes. Do you have your PowerPoint ready?
Yes, Prof.
Then go ahead and share. So you made me shout and ask accounting 3 times. No, you're not responding. So accounting, go ahead. Finance, get ready. HR also get ready. Sorry, HR just finance, get ready. Then you have I think management.
Well, have you opened the slide? Open it one. Okay. Well, this one. No.
Okay, management science, are you ready? Seems that accounting, they said they are ready, but they are not ready.
This one.
Yes, Doc, we are ready.
Emily, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so my 2 papers was Asmaud et al. And then Wang et al. They both looked at the Chinese, did research in China. One was checking banking.
Put it in presentation mode.
Okay. One looked at the efficiency of banks and another looked at the efficiency of the energy sector. And so the problem that they identified, I don't know how to take it off. The problem that they identified was that first, the DEA, that's data efficiency analysis models, assumed a proportional input and output changes and therefore failed to reveal variable-specific inefficiency patterns. What they meant was, in DEA, whenever the efficiency scores came out, the assumption was that there should be a proportional decrease of the inputs in order to optimize efficiency. And this was a problem because some of the inputs that was identified didn't need to be reduced. An example is in a bank, maybe the amount of tellers might need to be reduced, but the amount of deposits in there will not need to be reduced because that's also part of their assets. And so this was an issue that they thought to look at. Again, they realized that prior study often had reports that had differences, that showed the differences across groups, but they overlooked the underlying cause or sources of that inefficiency. And also that the dynamic evolution of efficiency over time and under policy or reform changes remains poorly understood, limiting the usefulness of efficiency studies for strategic and sustainable decision making. And so these were the two papers that I looked at. And from this, the objectives that I was able to gather was one, to apply the multi-directional efficiency analysis, which is an improved version of the DEE, where now individuals are able to assess the efficiency of specific inputs so that there is no longer proportionally applied to all inputs, but rather each input is assessed. So one input might be 60% efficient, whilst another might be 80% efficient, so that we know how to deal with each input specifically. And also to compare the efficiency performance across subgroups over multiple time periods. And then another objective was also to identify the key sources of inefficiency and provide actionable insights for improving sustainability. And so when the efficiency score is out, we can decompose them to know where it's coming from, whether it's from the managerial aspects or whether it's from technological aspects, so as to know how to solve such inefficiencies. Okay, so Prof, please, this is what I could get. Thank you.
Emily, you have done well, but the problem we have right now is that, first of all, we're not sure of the sector you want to look into. You give examples from banking and then some other examples from another field. So if you are doing a multi industry study, then that's to be clear. Number two, it seems you want to contribute to the method or to the analytical frame of was it DEA?
Yes, Doc.
Good. And not necessarily contribute to a particular sector. That's a very tricky.
No,
Sorry.
Okay.
That's
yes, Doc.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, Prof.
That's a particularly tricky thing to do. So you have to be very clear that this DEA approach, you have inefficiency in the model that you want to try and improve. Nobody has tried to do it earlier. The papers you cited, go back to your research problem. So your heading is supposed to be a research problem. Your index number is supposed to be down. The page numbers are supposed to be there. But the papers you cited are 2013, 2012. We are in 2025. This is about 12, 13 years ago. Likely 10 years after somebody will have addressed this issue. So it would have been better for you to pick, if I just give you up to next week and I say go and pick papers from 2020. You see, you are now in 2025. You'll be finishing 2029, 2030. So by that time, this paper will then be over almost another 17 years old, and it will not be a relevant gap. In fact, right now it's not even a relevant gap in terms of the year. Not that the gap is not pertaining or the gap is not still prevalent. It's possible the gap is still there, but it will be important to look at what are the current approaches in trying to address this. I don't think you are the first person who has spoken this. So I want you to pick papers from the last 2 years, so that by the time it's 2029, your papers, it's not too far from 29. That's 4 years plus the 2 years. That's about 6 years. So you might still be relevant. So if you go too far, you'll be in trouble. So 2 or 3 years ago is okay. 2025, 2024, 2023 is safer than rather.
Not a Prof.
Yeah. But you understand what another thing that we're not sure is that in your title in the beginning, you're saying exploring. You have to be very careful when you put the word exploring in your PhD title. It doesn't mean that cannot be the objectives, but the title makes it look like you are doing an info work.
Okay.
You need something richer than just exploring.
Okay.
Determining or examining or something like that would have been better than exploring.
Not a Prof.
But by the end of the day, and there's research problem, not research problems. So here you have got 2 or 3 gaps you are able to point out. But more of these gaps are to do with the model, the theoretical model that you are using, and the analytical approach. That's the DE analytical approach. Anyway, if you can work to be okay. You see, it's like going to read more papers to layer on this. And as you're layering new papers to it, you see that you have to revise the way the problems is stated and position it in a better way. Okay.
Noted, Prof.
Let's take an
Thank
example.
you.
An example from finance. Is anybody ready? Please, if you Derek, please take note of the person who has presented. She's Emily. She's in the management science class, and someone take note of it. If I call you and you are doing all these people in accounting and HR, you may see that I may not call you again to the end of the semester, and it will go against you. You are calling, you are not ready, you are not sure what you are doing. I mean, I started marking my end of term calculations already. You see, I could have gone MIS, but MIS, I know that they know that if they are not ready, and I come to them, they'll be fire. But if I go to straight to MIS, it will be like I'm favoring my people. So at least I went, then I came to Emily, and Emily has saved the day. Next time I'll go straight to them, but it will not look good. So let me walk around a little bit. Yes, marketing. Nobody, you are all here. When I mention it and no one or none of you will talk, I will move on because all of you can hear. Yes, marketing. Okay, marketing is
Hello, Prof.
yes.
Yes, I'm with
Prof.
marketing.
So what
Prof. Yusuf is-
marketing, you are waiting for Yusuf is waiting for Emmanuel to talk. Emmanuel is waiting for Yusuf to talk. If it goes against the whole marketing class, right now, finance, accounting, HR, done. Then now all of you are not doing anything. I'm going to start. Yes, market. You said well, who is ready? Who is saving the marketing students?
Prof, I am.
Okay, come and save them. Go ahead and
Okay,
share.
Prof. Yeah, Prof. So the area that we want to look.
Emmanuel, please put
Yes,
your
Prof.
slide in presentation mode.
Okay, Prof. Trying to do that.
It's very clear. You're using a Windows F5. Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So trying to look at gamification, environmental engagement, and circular consumption amongst tourists in Ghana. And the two papers were from Aguiar Castillo et al. 2023 and then Alves et al. 2023. So Aguiar Castillo, in his paper, said that prior research tried to emphasize the technological and motivational design features of gamified system, but offers limited empirical analysis on how these mechanisms influence the broader environmental engagement of tourists as far as circular consumption behavior is concerned. Then Alves also mentioned that there is a limited empirical testing of the mediating and moderating mechanisms, particularly the roles of environmental engagements and environmental values in explaining these gamified pro-environmental drivers in circular consumption. So out of these, I got these objectives. So the first one was to examine the effects of gamified elements on tourist circular consumption behaviors in selected tourism destinations in Ghana. And then the second objective will be to assess the mediating role of environmental engagements in the relationship between the gamified and tourist circular consumption behaviors. And then finally, to determine the moderating effects of tourist environmental value orientation and the relationship between gamified and consumption behaviors in the Ghanaian tourism sector. Hello, Prof. Hello.
Emmanuel, we can hear you, so kindly hold on for Prof.
Prof.
Emmanuel.
Yes, Prof.
Emmanuel.
Yes, Prof.
Emmanuel.
Yes, Prof.
There's a PAD here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Earlier, I was calling your name. I was so happy, but I didn't know I was on mute. So you lost all the happiness, and I'm rejoicing. I was rejoicing. So there's a PAD here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know it. I like the confidence that there's a PAD here, and you yourself are sure. So let us finish it within one semester. You can finish within one semester. You don't believe?
You one semester?
In terms of the basic write-up, not writing, you may not be able to finish writing 50,000 words in one semester, but the basic write-up, the basic testing of the data, you can do it. Because this is a PhD. You have
Okay, sir.
You have a mediating role and you have a moderating effect. You have got gamification.
Yes, please.
Gamification, even in West Africa here, the studies are few. My student did a gamification study. And
Yes,
then
sir.
gamification is again with tourism, secular consumption. I don't think that anybody has done anything in Ghana like that. Has anybody done that?
No, not really that I've seen.
Good. But gamification and tourism, quite a number of people are there. I hope I'm right.
Yes.
Yes, but the West African context has not been, story has not been told.
That's true.
Okay. So in your research background, you are going to explain what secular consumption is. Please just explain to them. There are people here who don't know what secular consumption is, so explain to them.
So when we talk about secular consumption,
Oh, boss, just defining secular, you are taking a long time.
so what I'm trying to put my words together. So
No,
secular consumption.
you use basic language. Don't use the academic one. What is secular economy? Just let them understand what it is.
We are trying to run an economy that tends to reduce waste or tries to think about the environment.
So what is secular consumption?
Secular consumption is when we try to engage in activities, or we try to consume products or services that will let us reduce waste, or will let us have the environment in mind, so that at the end of the day we know that we have had a certain benefit, but then we have also considered the environment in thought of having that benefit from the purchase.
Thank you. In tourism, what is an example of secular consumption?
So an example of secular consumption is when you decide to visit tourist destinations that has got to do with greening, or you decide to visit hotels that go green. So for example, you decide to go into hotels that will avoid or that are going away from getting physical booklets for you to read, and everything you have to just scan and then you get the options. Or you go there and everything made in that hotel, for example, their furniture is made from natural products.
In your view?
Otherwise, yes, in my view, for example, the tourism sector, you would want to look at, for example, destinations. And if I decide to walk into Legon Botanical Gardens, then I'm trying to look out for the fact that Legon Botanical Gardens is no longer printing papers or laminating papers for signposts and things, but now they want to carve their signage out of woods and artifacts, so that all of these things become very friendly to the environment, because we all know that rubber will take a while to decompose. However, the wood will not.
Yes, but in your view, are the Ghanaian tourist people, not Ghanaian, tourists,
Yes.
tourists coming to Ghana? I won't say Ghanaian because tourism is not for Ghanaians. You are in Ghana, you can't be a tourist in your own country. So the tourists coming to Ghana, are they sophisticated enough to be making ethical decisions like this?
Yes, Prof. So usually when people come from...
Just yes or no, that's all.
Yes, Prof.
The PhD don't give too many details. There are other marketing students who are confused. This one is
yes, Prof.
It's a good PhD. I'm proud of you. So, go and write your proposal. Go and write your chapter 1 and bring it.
Okay, Prof.
Then I'll help
Okay,
you
Prof.
to chapter 2 and chapter. I mean, I'm personally interested in the area post education.
Yes, Prof.
But if you listen to me very well, by the time you finish year 1, you'd have finished the PhD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I'll work on it and then I'll show it to you.
But this one is since we are doing quantio. So you have to start looking at the variable, the framing of your questionnaire.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'll do so.
Who is called HP? You don't write your name. How do you ask question in my class?
Prof, sorry. I think the system didn't recognize my name today.
Then where find your system to recognize your name? You don't have any.
Please, this Nelson Ahadome. From health policy.
Yes, you hold on. Next time, I'm going to look for this and then come. Health. Health, I've not even called you. Health, are you ready to present?
Yes, Prof.
Who is presenting? Are you the only one here?
Nelson Ahadomi. No, we are about there are a few of us here.
So Nelson,
in the class we are about 3. Yes.
Okay, so Nelson, let me ask the question again. Where are the Nelsons?
Okay.
Where are the Nelsons? Where are the where are the health policy management students?
Please, we are here.
No. Nelson, let the rest talk too. This thing that you are doing that nobody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like
so,
it.
I am back present.
Yes, some of you are present and who again?
Augustine.
From now on, when I come to class, I'll do roll call. If you don't come to class, then I X your name. When somebody say, why is he treating us like children? Why is he treating us like children? This course, you need it. You have to pay the school fees. So I have to get you to you to yourself to be serious. So Nelson, you show what you want to do. After that, let me go ahead and teach. But
okay, Prof.
Emily and the other gentleman, what's his name? Emmanuel, excellent presentations so far. Especially Emmanuel, who used contemporary literature and then was able to situate his work. So if you know you cannot do this thing, you should wala, your mates are doing it. This is this white paper there. White paper presentation. Please, this is not a topical, this is a title. Even this is even an essay, it's not a title. It's a whole long thing like that. Because a topic it should have been maybe telemedicine in developing countries. That's a topic. But this one is a title because the context and everything is in there. Evaluating the effectiveness of digitization. Hey, boss. This one I don't even know. Digitization. What is digitization? Nelson. Digitization and telemedicine policy reforms in developing versus developing countries. This is not a PhD. You can
Prof, sorry.
You can't compare developing and developing country and telemedicine and digitalization. Telemedicine policy and digitalization, a comparative policy analysis of impacts, assess outcomes of digitalization and telemedicine in global healthcare setting. What's a global healthcare setting?
Prof, because I'm looking at the policy, how it's implemented in developed countries as compared to how it's implemented and done in underdeveloped countries.
And where are you doing that?
So I'm yet to choose a study site, but I'm looking at some countries in Africa compared to maybe countries in the developed world like UK, US, and Italy.
My boss, telemedicine we have even moved away from it. It has been well implemented in a number of countries already. We have, as of now, I don't think even Ghana has a telemedicine policy, profound one that has been adopted. We have got and stuff. Let me finish. This is
okay, Prof.
Good for a report. It's not good for a PhD. But you cannot contribute anything of knowledge here that we don't know. The challenges of telemedicine is well known and well documented. So if you really want to do something on telemedicine, then go and find contemporary things. Maybe the impact of AI and telemedicine, that would be interesting. But
okay,
do telemedicine and policy reforms, we are past that stage long time ago. You go to the literature and let me show you something. The literature that you want to select.
Okay.
Now look at it. You require the thing telemedicine. The papers you pick, do you see anywhere telemedicine there? Do you see any paper there?
No, Prof.
What do you see?
But digital health.
Thank you. You have answered yourself.
Yes, please.
You can't be saying you want to do telemedicine and go and read on digital health. Now, digital health is not telling you that these are where we are going.
Mm.
And if you look at what the other one, digital health and self-management of chronic diseases. Because of the way the nature of the internet is, now people are pushing to things more about how they can manage manage chronic diseases better. I'm currently involved.
Yes.
I'm currently involved in a telemedicine project in Ghana here, in which we have developed a telemedicine platform, and we are using it to help provide review consultations for people who are got chronic diseases. So then when they come, they want to a review after they have been given a diagnosis and they come for a review. They'll book it online, and they'll meet the doctor, especially for the chronic cases, and then it is also paid by NHIL.
Oh.
Yes, and we are now piloting across the country in a number of hospitals.
Mm.
If you want me to, I don't know whether you're in the sector yourself. Do you know the civil service hospital?
Civil service.
Yes, the hospital.
No, really, please. But
You,
I work with the ministry on some of those policies.
you work with the Ministry on Policies on Telemedicine.
Yes, I was part of the health promotion and telemedicine policy, just for policy discussion and stuff like that.
How soon is that? When was it the last time? When did you do this thing you had to come out?
It's been quite a while. This was 2018.
Boss, what are you talking about? 2018, and you're saying you are part of the ministry. 2 governments or 3 governments have passed. Boss, you are rusty. You don't even know what's happening now.
Well, that's why I'm coming to study to know how best to contribute now.
Oh, we have moved away from this. Go and do something on digital health.
Okay, please. Please, can I go on?
You can't go on. The area is not research. It's not a PhD right now. So why do you want to waste our time? You have learned a skill. Go apply the skill to what is relevant.
Okay. Okay, please.
The only
I'll
good thing you have there is that you pick papers which are review papers.
Okay. So please, I'll re-strategize my project.
Go and learn something about APA referencing. How to reference in APA style. In text.
No, please, this one, yeah, forgive me. It was just done quickly because of the 30 minutes.
Are you? I said all of you. Then you take the thing as you are the one.
Okay.
Hey, this guy.
Okay, please. Okay,
Okay, you have raised your hand. You can put your hand down. Medical.
Okay.
The people, the students in healthcare, is there any other person?
Yes.
Yes, please. Ayamba is here.
Someone, Ayamba. Please go ahead.
Okay. Let's
How do I stop sharing?
The next person, go ahead. Decline donor funding for health. Implication for health policy and management of health programs in Ghana and Liberia. Go ahead. Boss, go ahead. Presentation mode. But the paper you pick is 2017 paper. Okay. We are listening to you. Go and present. We are listening to you. Oh. The guy, where is he?
Well, I think his network is not allowing him to speak.
Wow.
But Prof, you have not mentioned public admin.
Okay. Public admin, are you ready?
Yes, Prof.
Prof, sorry, he didn't unmute himself. He's doing it now.
Public admin, are you ready?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Emmanuel said Connie.
Yes, Prof.
The healthcare guy, you can go off. Let the guy come. Emmanuel said, come.
Yes, Prof.
So Emmanuel, if you guys are sitting close, I think you should mute yourselves or keep the distance here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to hold on. Let me cancel this guy's search. Okay. Right. Okay. Start from the title.
Yes.
Emmanuel, presentation mode. Okay.
Yeah. So, mine is looking at digital governance and impartial revenue mobilization in Ghana's decentralized local government system. And I looked at two papers, one from Asamoah, which looked at the use of digital technologies when it comes to urban, peri-urban, and rural assemblies, in how they ensure that people are able to use mobile money services to increase revenue mobilization across the various assemblies. However, there are still some significant challenges, especially when it comes to looking at metropolitan areas, municipal areas, and then the most rural areas when it comes to the districts at a very small level. And another issue that came across in terms of using digital technologies is how the bureaucratic systems that have been put in place, the traditional bureaucratic systems, actually affect or impact digital transparency. Because the digital tools are supposed to allow for accountability and transparency while citizens engage with these administrative structures. But based on the systems that we have, it kind of limits how the technologies can actually be made more useful. And so significantly, there's still a lack of understanding when it comes to how these technological interventions can interact with existing governance structures and citizen participation and impartiality frameworks when it comes to Ghana's local government system. And so the study would be looking at the effectiveness of digital governance tools in enhancing transparency, accountability, and impartiality in local revenue mobilization across different types of assemblies. And this would be the objectives: to evaluate the effectiveness of digital governance tools in enhancing transparency, accountability, and impartiality in local revenue mobilization across different types of assemblies, to assess how digital platforms influence citizen participation in local revenue decision-making and their impact on tax compliance and digital government legitimacy, and to investigate how traditional governance structures and informal practices adapt to digital transformation requirements and their implications for impartiality.
Okay, boss. You are throwing a lot of technologies here. I don't know whether you understand them. What is data governance? What's a data governance tool? What's a data platform? And what data transformation? you are using different at every objective. There are different words that are coming, and doesn't show that
So,
take your time on what.
yes,
You are talking to somebody who's a professor in the information system. So when you are throwing words like
yes,
that,
please.
you have to be sure that you know what you're talking about. So you have got three words. I don't even understand why at every point you change the word you are using. Because what is digital governance in light of this study?
So, look, when it comes to in terms of public administration, when we are looking at digital governance, we are looking at how IT tools are used to ensure quality service delivery. So, not just how the organizations
Hold
are
on.
used.
It's not every IT tool which is digital. So be careful or you say how IT tools.
Yes.
That's the first fundamental mistake you have done.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the you say how IT tools are not digital. Not all IT tools are digital. So if you are saying digital, be careful. Come
Yes,
back.
sir. Yes, Prof.
Go back and start your definition again. If you are listening to you, what is digital governance?
Yeah. So, for digital governance in public administration, we are looking at how technology is used.
Hey, boss, not all technology are digital. Why are you using them? You see the thing I'm telling you, you have the technology, you know what you. If your data goes, take it to the day where digital. Why do you not use the goalpost like that?
Yes, please. How digital tools are used by local assemblies or by at public institutions to ensure public value in terms of how the quality of service that is delivered. So not just the adoption and use by the institution, but how that translates into the benefit that a citizen would have at the end of
No, but
the
technically,
implementation of it.
I don't have a problem with the definition. Who define digital governance as the use of digital tools for public value? That's what digital governance is. Do you have a link that actually tells you that's what digital governance is?
Yeah, yes, please.
Please, I beg you. Are you sure?
Yes, please. There is a few literature that I reviewed in relation to
let me
digital governance
no.
in.
I don't know what you're talking. Let me define it to you. You are using, you say public value. Friend. Data governance refers to the use of digital technologies, data systems, and information policies to improve processes, accountability, transparency, and efficiency of governance. So you don't just label the thing and just mention that you say public value. It's about governance. It encompasses how government institutions and organizations use digital tools such as e-services, data platforms, and AI systems to make decisions, deliver public service, and engage the citizens. So it's quite interesting and broad.
Yes, Prof.
Somebody says that it's a framework to the public sector institutions manage digital technologies, data, and networks to enhance decision making, service delivery, and citizen participation, while ensuring accountability, inclusivity, and security. There are three key dimensions of digital governance: data infrastructure and services, governance processes, and citizen and stakeholder engagement. Okay. So coming back to your work, digital governance has to do with the use of digital system or digital tools, like you said, data and then AI tools, AI systems in enhancing transparency and confidentiality. Okay. So the first one is measure the effectiveness of digital governance tools. Okay, that was okay.
Yeah.
Then why didn't you assess how digital governance tools influence citizen participation? Because that's one output of it.
Yeah.
Now, friends, don't change the
Yes,
technology
please.
as you move around.
Yes, please. I'll correct that.
Then investigate. I'll not use investigate. I'll examine how, in fact, if I use examine the citizens to assess, examine how to assess how to examine how and to examine how digital governance structures and traditional governance structures and informal practices adapt to digital governance requirements and their implication for impartiality. So stick to digital governance and let everything reflect to digital governance. Have you heard me?
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
Then you are good to go.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, coming back to Emily's work. Emily, in the outline of your objectives, you may have to look at the arrangement very well. You have identified as Ruth, why are you clapping? Me that have done the work, you are clapping for him. Hey, you to get your turn. And we'll
I'll
see
present mine later.
what you present yours later. Come and show us the same question you have done. So
Prof, I can do it now too as well.
Which department are you in? Which department?
Pardon?
Which
Accounting,
department?
please.
Are they who I'm angry with? Oh, okay. You will hear. You come and see them. You can present. So Emily, look at the arrangement.
Prof.
You have an identified question below. So
Okay.
it's not good for the PhD. That's one. Number
Okay.
two. So check the way you have arranged it. Whether one of the questions should have come up before the other one, because they have to build on each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Setousu, are you a politician?
No, Prof.
What is your picture you're using on the platform? There is more than politician, no? Like an MP.
Prof,
An
I'll
MP,
change that.
an MP was no elections. No, I'm not saying change it. Maybe you'll be an MP in future. So
Right, Prof. Thank you.
You are not related to or connected to any politician.
No, Prof.
And you are in public admin or HR?
Yes, please. Public admin and policy management.
And you are not a politician. Okay, thank you very much. So, Ruth, we are waiting for you. We have other things to do. I think she's driving home, and she wants to use her mouth to talk plenty, and now she can't even open her lips. Okay. Daniel Bisu, are you ready?
Doc. I'm not fully prepared, Doc.
I said I'm not dog. You keep on calling me dog. I'm not dog. You are in MIS, you calling me dog.
I apologize, Prof.
You are not fully prepared.
I was caught between two topics, so I'm not really certain.
In fact, that is what you should have even presented. Instead of you can't present it. So I will tell you that this one is not a PhD, this is a PhD. You are going to rather live in your confusion for the next 3 months. And because are you like the parable of the talent, the last man? Because you had confused between you didn't even do the work.
I did it, but I'm not sure.
What's your problem? Who told you that the work you are supposed to do is supposed to be perfect? Gentlemen, what you have done.
Okay.
You, the way you are behaving, it looks like you want to just be sidestepping the PhD, and then you'll be walking around. You come and sidestep here, we'll pour water on you.
This is my initial
there's even somebody here who can scatter you here. What's his name? Sammy, are you here? Look at your brother's work. You should go and sit down with someone. He's also doing agriculture sector. And he is stepping out of confusion. So go and join him. So I can pull you along.
Okay, I'll go and see him, Prof. Yeah, so this was my initial topic, leveraging on information systems to enhance stability and digital transformations of smallholder agribusiness in Ghana. And this is the agenda like Yes. And the smallholders in Ghana contribute about 8% of
I don't need your background. I said, where's the papers you went to look?
the papers. Okay. That's another presentation. Where do I post this one?
No, you're not ready. You
No,
know,
I'm on. It's another. Yeah, it's this one here. So I read on the leveraging on IS in reducing food wastage and loss in agricultural supply chains. This is one paper from a Nigerian article. Yes, and this is what I was able to extract from that paper. So talking about agriculture being a backbone of many African economies, providing for employment and income, and also improving standard of living in most African countries. Yeah, despite the importance of agriculture, there are so many challenges. The major one has to do with the post-harvest loss, which is a challenge to food security and economic growth. Yes, and globally, over about 1.3 billion tons of food, one third of production are lost during this. And up to 40% of perishable produce, such as tomatoes, are lost during the poor storage, transport, and market access. So this persistent post-harvest losses threaten for security and sustainability in Africa. And the barriers such as poor infrastructure, limited cold storage, inadequate uptake system, limited access to market information, and low adoption technology. So, yeah. And despite the promise of digital technologies like Internet of Things, AI, and blockchain, the usage remains minimal due to the cost, digital literacy, and infrastructure challenges. And there is a critical need for ICT-based solutions that enhances supply chain stability and coordination to minimize these losses. Yes, so we are hoping to purpose of the study to explore how digital technologies can minimize food wastages and post-harvest losses in agricultural value chains, yet from the farmer to the final consumer, and to design and develop ICT-enabled systems that connect farmers, all those involved in the value chain of agriculture, and also to enhance real-time information flow in decision making for efficient logistics and storage, and to strengthen food security. Yes, as part of the Sustainable Development Goals from the UN. Yes, so we are looking to know the factors that contribute to post-harvest losses like other value chains, supply chains, and how can digital technologies such as IoT, AI, and blockchain be used to minimize this wastage? What barriers in data technology adoption among farmers and agribusiness stakeholders? And how can ICT enable solution enhance supply chain stability and reduce post-harvest losses? Yes, I didn't quite go far with this, so this is what I got so far with the time that was given. Hello, Prof.
Yeah, kindly hold on a bit.
Okay.
okay. Anybody to give him a feedback from all that you have learned today?
Hello, Prof.
Yeah, anybody to give him a feedback, Daniel?
Prof, can I ask a question? This Samuel.
Yeah, you can ask him a question.
Okay. So Daniel.
Or to give the guy, yeah.
Yes.
Is it Daniel? Or this is for the other person. What's the name? Daniel, yeah, this is for Daniel.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, Daniel, please, do you have any background in agric?
Yes, I did my info in ag business.
But Daniel, this is the work I gave you just right now is what you should produce this in. This is something you have done long time ago.
Yeah, I did a long time ago.
So the work I gave you today, where is that part?
I was trying to refine it with today's work. Trying to refine this work with today's work here.
So which part did the refining take place?
With this particular one, I got it from a Nigerian journal. So the main one was to the role of the digital technologies in reducing fuel stage in agricultural supply chains. That was the main title of the paper. So I just added took some parts of the paper and I just added it to this one.
You see, this is the thing, the problem we all have. When I was giving instruction, I said that everything you have been doing, put it aside. Just go and take 2 papers and then read the introduction and the conclusion and use to generate gaps. That will formulate certain questions for you, irrespective of whatever you have chosen you want to do. If people don't learn to listen to clear instructions and get stuck to what you thought you brought, you will end up creating problems for yourself. I'm the lecturer and I know what I'm doing. Anyway,
yes, please.
What you have here, you have not done anything, and we can't help you with this one. You, Sammy, go ahead.
Right. So Daniel, so quick one. It seems what you are trying to do is more of a design approach, like something like come up with a particular solution, right? Or an artifact. Is that what you are seeking to do?
Yes, or how I'm trying to improve the supplies, the agricultural supply chain system using
You are trying to
improve or make it more efficient, make the agricultural supply chain system more efficient.
The current one.
Yes,
because I think he didn't understand your question.
Yeah, so I'm asking you if you are trying to develop a solution, something like a software, or is that what you're trying to do, or what's the idea behind your PhD?
Like a roadmap to enhance post-harvest losses.
A roadmap.
No,
so at the end of the day, are you looking to come up with something like a framework or?
Sammy, stop asking the question. The roadmap will not work. The thing, we don't do PhD for roadmap. I don't think you understand what you are doing. You are still thinking like an MBA or MPhil. What do you do, MBA or you did MPhil?
I did MPhil.
And you are thinking this way. The way you are thinking is not helping you and to not help you. So stop thinking that way. We don't do PhD to come up with a roadmap. Last week I spent my time. I think you're not in class. Last week were you in class?
Yes, I was in class.
No, that Tuesday were you in class?
Yes, I was in class.
And the things you told me, you see me tell you that one of the benefits of doing a PhD is a roadmap?
No, please.
Go and find a proper research gap and respond to it. And you are doing roadmap and stuff. There's nothing no work. There's no PhD here. I mean, stop this topic that I don't know what the people who saw you wanted you to come and do. If I should be frank, if you think this way, then you shouldn't be on the PhD program. You have to start thinking deeper and better. And that's not going to help you. And I have to be honest with you. If you want to do a PhD, then think about it carefully. Your other friends were looking at the literature and were trying to find a gap in the literature to look at. You have not found gaps. You are rather trying to help background. I give you specific instruction. Find gaps. So go and find gaps in the literature that pertains to your area. Not some Nigerian journal somewhere. You pick proper journals which have got relevance to the area of the research you are doing, and in relevance to maybe information systems. You are an information
Yes,
system researcher. You have to look at it from. Anyway, let me stop. Let me teach. If I start teaching, maybe to help students. Okay, thank you very much, class, for to show you. I wanted examples of a mix, and I'm happy I did this. A mixed example of where you are all at, the kind of people who are in confused state, people who don't know what they are doing, so that I'm honest with them. Some of you are just like Daniel who presented. Others are just like as well grounded like Emmanuel who presented. Others are in the medium level. They are still trying to solve, and the others are maybe almost there, just like the one on the gamification and stuff that we saw today. But at the end of the day, if you don't sit up and then look at the work from your a better approach, you will not struggle. You struggle to do this work. Okay. I know it is now 11:30. I don't know. Does any group have any other class apart from? I don't think anybody has a class for the timetable. Does any group have any other class right now at 11:30?
Yes, yes, Prof.
Which group is that?
Accounting.
Okay, accounting. You can leave and go. You didn't do that much for us
But
to.
it's not yet time. It's not yet time to say when the lecture comes.
What's the time for that lecture?
It's 11:30.
You say it's all the time. I hear you. Okay.
In the classroom, that's something.
Don't worry. I don't have a problem. Okay. So in choosing a PhD, you have to think about what is your core objective. Is it being your professional experience or your academic curiosity or your social concern? Irrespective of all of these things that you may draw from, you need to move it to what I call the actual problem within the literature. So today, what I wanted you to do was to be able to look into the literature and determine something that is more relevant to what you want to do. So you have to move from a broad topic to more of a research gap. And the research gap means that you need to be able to do what we call gap spotting, where you identify a void in the existing literature. And then you go to more sophisticated approach called problematization, which I'll teach you later. Usually I teach that one in the second semester. Because right now you are not very conversant with them, but I would, for the sake of those of you like Emmanuel who are doing the right thing, I need to teach privatization to you. But if you pick any of my research made easy books, privatization is inside. Now, privatization involves critically questioning the underlying assumption of existing theories to open up new avenues for you to contribute. Usually, when you finish your PhD, we usually look at the contribution of PhD from the lens of Locke and Golden and Golden and Gable. These two authors wrote a paper or a book that actually emphasizes on what we consider to be contribution, so that when you look at your work and compare it to it, you consider what you have done is a contribution or not. So everybody will start with a broad area of interest. Like I told you, the one from the healthcare that we put there is not a topic. It's more of as you are trying to write, I don't know whether an essay or something like that. But the broad topic is more succinct. It's quite brief. Mobile money adoption. Then the problem begins to be much more of a specific concern about mobile money adoption, like low adoption of mobile money service among rural few entrepreneurs. But you may not be able to determine the problem if you don't know the gap. So usually you look at the gap by synthesizing literature to find out what exists concerning the issue. Then you come back to be able to define your problem. So sometimes you have about 2 or 3 gaps that come together to be able to establish a good research problem. I hope you understand me. So when you are doing a PhD, identifying the gap matters, and identifying the gap starts from you being able to read the literature and know what is missing and what needs to be added. Meaning that anybody reading the literature should be able to tell what needs to be added in terms of what is relevant and maybe contemporary or needed by the people who are doing and who are in that field of study. Good. So if you look at that from the gentleman in marketing, he was able to point out a core thing that needed to be done. Ability for you to need to point out that what is needed to be done starts from how you do a good examination of the literature. Some students don't do a very good examination of the literature, and that makes it very difficult to tell them and to help them to come. And if you don't take care, you don't do this very well, you can be in your work for about 3 or 4 years and still not be able to come up with anything specific that you want to do, because everything seems to be interest you and nothing seems to ground you to be able to make a sound decision on what you should do. Okay. Now let me just show you something from somebody's PhD abstract. So we are looking at the abstract of Dr. Barnum. Understanding ability, opportunity, motivation, like rationalization, romance, and online romance scams. This ability, opportunity, and motivation is a model. It's actually the MOA model, which marketers and other people use. And he is looking at how people rationalize ability, opportunity, and motivation in online romance scams. So the four variables, the three variables there plus the word rationalization is where his contribution is coming from. After you read the work, you understand why he's saying that. Now look at the background. Advancement in ICTs have made it easier for various public and private sectors to perform effectively. However, the growth in ICTs accompanied by new and emerging challenges for people and countries tend to contend with notably cybercrime. Cybercrime is described as the use of computers. This was why I was telling you the guy doing digital governance. You need to understand what the digital governance is. Otherwise, you sway people and you confuse them. It's described as the use of computers and computer-related technologies, which includes internet, to commit crimes such as fraud, child pornography, identity theft, and invasion of privacy. Despite the borderless nature of these crimes, let me zoom in a little bit because some of you are using your phone. You won't tell me the truth, but it's true. Most of you are using your phone. Despite the borderless nature of these crimes, one type of crime reverberates in West Africa, or kind of persistent in West Africa: online romance scams. A scheme in which the scammers pretend to have genuine affection for victims in order to acquire their love and then use that goodwill to persuade victims in order to exploit them. While cyberspace is in relation to cyber crimes is made up of 3 players: attackers, defense, and victims. Extensive evaluations pointing out the gap now. The extensive evaluation of literature shows a positive of studies that consolidate evidence from the attacker's perspective. Many people tend to study the victim and then maybe the defense, what government is doing, and what, but nobody is looking at the perpetrators, that's the attackers. That's what he's trying to tell you. It is therefore essential to investigate the triggers of attackers' behavior. Why do attackers participate in cybercrime? Okay, in order to understand the mechanisms that unite to cause cybercrime to occur. People think that sometimes cybercrime is just about the negligence of victims and the ineffectiveness of defense systems. But he's also telling you that it could be from the cleverness of attackers. So we need to study attackers. Now he says that a debt of, first of all, extensive tells you that there's a missing literature, paucity of studies. So when we talk about your PhD, where is the paucity of studies? Where are studies missing? It could be, and sometimes he is coming from the stakeholder perspective. Yeah, look at all the stakeholders in the thing he's trying to study, do the research on, and he found out that the gaps are on the fact that much of one of the stakeholders is not well represented in literature. That's one. Number 2, the depth of study that take perpetrators' dimension into perspective implies a lack of studies that explore their behavioral dynamics, as well as the strategies they employ to exploit victims. As a result, he's trying to tell you that because we don't do much studies on the attacker, we don't even know his tactics. So as a result, the study developed 3 objectives that will address the gaps. So he went to take a theory that helps you to look at why people are motivated to do certain things. So in terms of that theory, he's drawing from a theory from psychology and other fields of study, including marketing, that talks about when people take opportunity or exhibit a behavior through 3 variables. They are motivated to exhibit the behavior. There is an opportunity for them to exhibit the behavior, and then they have the ability to exhibit the behavior. So when you look at it, if you want to study somebody's individual statistics in doing something, wouldn't that be a best theory for it? So now he brings in the theoretical contribution, potential contribution work after finding the issue. So if you are very careful, if you want to do a good work, you find the issue like gamification, and then tell us you're going to do. And then you can then bring in the theoretical layer that can enhance the value your work is going to contribute, especially because you're a PhD student. The first objective is to unearth the mechanisms that trigger cyber criminal behavior. That is motivation. And then the second is to explore the dynamics of criminal behaviors. That has to do with things like opportunity and things that surround it. And the third one is to explore the strategies that the online romance scammers use. That's the abilities to employ in finding, priming, and defrauding their victims. So that's what he's trying to do. Now, this research consolidate 3 theories. Look at even that. Routine activity theory, which is coming from crime, and motivation, opportunity, ability framework, and the neutralization theory. The combination of these theories in an effort to address the weaknesses in relation to cyber criminal studies or cyber crime studies. So that means that some of the studies have pointed out that if you take only one of the theory, it doesn't cater for other things. So bring these 3 theories together. By examining existing 4 studies, these studies operationalize the condition that need to be present for a crime to take effect, leading to a development of conceptual framework. To put this in perspective, the study draws on the tenets of critical realism, that's your paradigm, and uses the qualitative single study case study approach to investigate the activities of a cyber crime syndicate in Ghana. So you just use only one group and study them. So now let's come back to your own work. So to be able to determine a good research problem, you need to be able to identify what matters to your work. So, like, I can take a moment to think about a broad topic that interests you. Can you follow the steps above to narrow down to a potential research problem and possible research gap? What challenges do you encounter in identifying what is not known? What is not known is better done by looking at the literature, and that's what today I began. The way you can find literature gaps is that in the introduction, people try to defend the gaps that is motivating them to do that paper. In the conclusion, at the future research directions or limitations, people communicate what future research should look at based on the limitations of the work they have done. So any student who wants to be a smart student should always look for gaps primarily. I'm not saying there cannot be other parts of the work, but primarily from the introduction of the work, if the paper is well written, and from the conclusion of the work. Sometimes some people may put in the literature review section of the work, doesn't matter, or the implication section of the paper, doesn't matter. But I'm trying to say that most often you find in the introduction, sometimes even the abstract, somebody may point to one gap there. The introduction of the work and the conclusion of the work. So, and that's what we try to do. They go and look at introduction and conclusion of the work. Okay. Now, part of what you need to understand is that before we can come up with a problem, we should also understand our philosophical stand. And that's what we'll be doing later. And our philosophical stand is meaning that we have to understand how we see the world. Do you see the world as objective or you see the world as subjective? If you see the world as objective, then you'll be looking for objectifying the world or objectifying the problem. And looking for problems that are more objectivistic in their nature, meaning that there's a single truth that you're looking for and it's objective truth that you're looking for. But if it's subjective, that means that there could be multiple realities that could exist. So you'll be using more qualitative approach to be able to explore the multiple realities and then a quantitative approach to uncover the reality itself, which is a single reality. We'll discuss that one into detail later. But all I just wanted to point out right now, accounting students, are you still here?
Yes, Prof.
Good. So please, I just want
Prof.
to reflect on what we just looked at first right now. Your objective here is to be able to look into literature and identify a gap. Identify a gap. Many of the students, they look at the literature, they don't know what even the gap looks like. Usually the gaps will point to you something like a discrepancy in the literature, something that is missing, or something that needs attention, something that is missing, or something that needs attention, and would better be helpful if we could have done something better than we could have responded to in a more appropriate way. So look at it for accounting students. Before you go, I just want to do something to help you. Now, this is a paper that I usually use to teach accounting students whenever I have to teach them. Introduction of accounting practices in small family businesses. It will surprise you that the contribution of the whole paper is in this part. Small family business, because accounting practice in the large firms is well known. But that one in the small firm is not well known. So sometimes from looking at the person's title, you don't even know where the contribution will come from. Now let's look at the paper the person has written and the introduction of the paper. And I want to highlight some of the gaps there. Okay, so this paper is a very objective American type of writing. They tell you straight what they're going to do from the first sentence. That's how the Americans write. English writers are the one who go around the work and go around the story and say that small businesses are very good and they dare to do this. America goes straight. This study is doing this. So please use that. You always, when you're reading papers, look for these type of writings and learn from people's style of writing to enrich your writing. Okay, so first of all, it does is try to establish why small business matter in society or in every economy, and then why it matters in developing countries and other parts of the world. So he said the success of small business is relevant for any country, given their impact in the economy. Then he does an argument. So he's going to give you an evidence. Either you put the reference at the end or you bring a sentence that has a reference in it. And that's what you see here. So you are seeing what we call argument, evidence, illustration. So he said in USA, business employing fewer than 500 employees account for more than half of the country's economy and half of its private sector. This is an illustration of this particular first sentence. And the first sentence is an argument that he has put across. The illustration now brings the reference. So in every single write-up, you are supposed to be seeing argument, evidence, illustration. Argument, evidence, illustration. Argument, evidence, illustration. So you argue, you provide the evidence, which is the literature, or you can provide, and then you provide illustration, or you can provide illustration with the evidence. So you argue, and that's why sometimes if you argue and you don't put in the reference, we are saying that who says who, what says who. And I tell students that after every 20 words, there's supposed to be one unique reference, or after every 50 words, depending on how thorough you want to write. But even this one, look at this small one here. There's a reference here, and there's Aldrich Church one, IFC, and the OEC. So what? And then look at what is happening here. This is a very analytical writing. This small paragraph. Why? He is comparing two regions in the world. He's writing geographically too. He wrote first to defend the first one. Then the second says similar patterns can be observed around the world. He doesn't need to even talk about Africa. He has mentioned it. So OECD is about developing countries. IFC2, that's on a developing country and other countries. And then he has got Aldrich here. So this same small sentence you see here makes this argument very, very objective. This small sentence, similar patterns, he doesn't need to give. He says similar patterns. What patterns? I'm giving you an illustration here. That the similar patterns can be observed around the world. That's enough. So what did he began with an argument, evidence, illustration, then he also then threw it across the world. So we always say that when you are making arguments in your work, don't just argue from only Africa. Sometimes compare it to other places in the world to see whether your arguments tend to be just specific to the developing country or it tends to be something that transcends across. This one, he has shown that the issue about the relevance of small business is not just in Africa. It's not just in America. It's also in other parts of the world. Although, now, whenever you see the word although, a gap is coming. Despite a gap is coming. Everywhere that tries to let you compare and contradict is always going to lead to a gap or point a gap or begin a gap. Although the success of small firms depends on many factors, both external and internal, the implementation of sound accounting practice is crucial for every firm's survival. Look at the reference that's given. He's just telling you that if a firm has a sound accounting practice is important, and even that advice is for small firms too. Despite this, the process of introducing small accounting practices into small businesses remains poorly understood. When something is poorly understood, that means that there's not enough research. The other time, Dr. Bannon wrote that there is this area of there's a paucity of studies. This guy is called it poorly understood. This is the English of presenting gaps. You need to know the English of writing gaps too. It's not about writing gaps alone. You need to write gaps with the proper English. Then you'll be sorry head. You write gaps with the proper English. You just don't just pour gaps there. Gaps have to come with their English too. So, and the other person said paucity. This guy said poorly understood. With only a small number of studies addressing the issue. Where is the small number? Fakuna and Reed. Now, this paper was published in 2017. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But I believe that he may have submitted it maybe earlier than that. So his point is there is some 2013 paper here. There is other papers which are quite old, but still make relevant in terms of the argument. Okay, so let's continue. He said, despite this process, the process of introducing accounting practice in small business remain poorly understood, with only a number of studies addressing the issue. Now, look at it. All this time, he is justifying only one variable in the title. All this thing, he just first of all justify small business. He didn't bring family. Then he justify accounting practices. So he has been able to make a case for us to study accounting practices in small business. Family has not come on. Family has not come. So he has told you that knowing accounting practices in small business is important. Then he goes on. Family businesses. Now he's coming to narrow down to his work. The reason why he's doing that is that the thing is a long essay. My bottom was falling out. He's breaking the thing down so that it can look like it can fill the number of words. If you want to just write the first sentence very obvious, then you have a very short paragraph. Your PhD, it is 50,000 words. So if you start writing short sentences, this study will just do this and that's finished. Then you don't have any argument. You have to build the argument so that you carry your people through. So he made the argument for small businesses. He made the argument for accounting practices. Now he's come to make the argument for small business, family businesses. Family businesses of any size. He's trying to tell you that all family businesses involve people. So he's giving the definition of family business. Involve people linked with familiar ties in different aspects of the business. Okay, so they are bringing employees, shareholders, and advisors. Small family businesses are at the intersection of small businesses and family businesses. Okay, so family businesses is another domain. A large firm can still be a family business. But he's trying to tell you that the word small family business is an intersection between a small business and a family business. Because of this, small family business face challenges common to all business ventures. Listen carefully, because it's a business. It's a business too. Number two, plus those unique family firms. But those unique to family firms, family businesses have got their own trouble with the Busia issues and brothers fighting against brothers and stuff. And then small businesses have their issues. So by saying you are doing small family business, you are embracing the challenges that small businesses are going through and what family businesses are going through. Like all firms, small family businesses must appoint trustworthy managers and define leadership succession. And that's where the problem comes from. In addition, small family businesses face unique challenges because of the complex environment created by intermingling of family members and the need to disintegrate personal and business finances. Good. Now, what he's trying to point out here is that at the end of the day, when you look at a small family business, there's interaction of not just the family business issues, family business issue. There's also issues to do with it being a small business. And when you put them together, it means that you have got the intersection of family business issues and then small business issues. But then he goes on to say that the accounting what? Accounting students, if you have not left, can you repeat this word for me? The accounting what here?
Discipline.
Accounting discipline. So the same thing is what I'm asking you. You go and pick a great information system. Can you say the information system discipline? You go and pick gamification and then and tourism. Can you say the marketing discipline? You go and pick on energy management and ICT or information systems. Can you say the information system discipline? When you go and say something on healthcare, telemedicine and policy reform, can you say the healthcare discipline? Does your discipline have enough room to absorb or embrace the topic? Because especially if you are sitting between two disciplines and the work is going towards the other discipline, it's better you stop the PhD and go and do a PhD for the other group, because you are not doing a PhD for the group that you belong to. The accounting discipline has only a limited understanding of accounting practices, how accounting practices are introduced in small businesses. So he's telling you that when it comes to small businesses, we even understand how to introduce accounting practices. Then when we come to family businesses, it's even worse, with only a few studies focusing on small family businesses. So even without stating anything, there is a discrepancy or positive literature on small family businesses, especially in relation to accounting practices. It is known that accounting practices in small businesses are different. Why is it? You see, finding the gap does not mean that you are finished. You have to defend the gap. Why is the gap even relevant? Why is it even necessary? So he said it is known that accounting practices in small businesses are different from those in which family business are not involved. That means that the one with the family business and the one without family business, accounting practice will be different. If we aim to assist practitioner contribution, if our aim is to assist small family businesses or family firms by introducing sound accounting practice, then we need a clear understanding of the dynamics of such an organization. It not be true. Is that not the truth? Accounting students, is that not the truth? If we really need to do this, then yes, we need to do this, then we need to understand the dynamics of that. So when you are writing research problem, you are engaging the literature in a discourse. So you need to have arguments that are for, arguments that are against, before you can bring your view. So if we aim, the guy is saying that now work with me. If we aim, or if I aim to assist more for family business, or if we aim as an accounting discipline to help them understand how to introduce some accounting practice, then we need to understand the dynamics of that organization. Such an understanding can guide the development of public policies. You say you want to do something on public policy. You see where the policy is coming in. You need to understand the firm before you can even talk about development of policy. The guy in healthcare, such an understanding can guide the development. He didn't say he will develop it. He said it will guide the development of the public policies to support financial viability of small businesses by incorporating relevant accounting practices to their practices. Our investigation extends now. This thing that you have been arguing plenty about, when we do it, who will benefit academically? This thing that you are engaging about, what you are talking plenty. If I say I'm doing this PhD, who will benefit academically? This thing that I'm writing plenty on the sheet, who will benefit academically in this world? This AI and security that I want to do, this thing I want to do about institutionalization of AI, who will benefit academically? What work is it going to extend? Our investigation extends previous research. What work is your work extending? So please don't just write anything anyhow. What work is your work extending? Our investigation extends previous research on accounting practices in small business by adding the complexities because I brought this variable of the family, I'm bringing in new complexity to the topic of small businesses and accounting practices so that I can contribute knowledge. One way in which family firms differ from other firms is the degree to which non-economic factors such as basic decisions by owners, such as affect the basic decisions by the owners of the firm. He's trying to tell you that there are non-economic factors that are going to influence decisions of the owners of the firm, the family members. Those non-economic factors include emotions, values, and altruism. Okay, the combined effect of such factors is called what we call the social-emotional wealth. Others call it social-emotional wealth theory. You see how he's bringing the theory in. So we use the social-emotional wealth theory to understand how accounting practice should be introduced into small family business. This is a PhD. Because he has justified the thing in selecting the firm, he has justified the interest area, like the small business and accounting practices. So the discipline has got its interest, the firm size or the method has got its interest. Then he has chosen a subset of it, family business. And he pointed out family business in accounting practice, we don't even know much. And he pointed out that even in the whole family business, there's only one variable I'm interested in. You can't do everything. So be clear of your variables you are interested in by doing proper reading of the literature. You can't do everything. Please repeat after me. I can't do everything. You can't do everything. You have to choose what you need to do. And what you need to do should be heavy. Should be heavy enough. Should have enough weight to carry you for the 4 years.
Can't do everything. We can't.
You can't do it exactly. So you have to choose what you can do. But what you can do should be heavy enough to carry you for the 4 years. This person is a US-based person. When he writes, he's even telling you the findings before you even read the paper. Our results suggest that 3 types of actors are allowed to propose accounting practices in small firms: family employees, non-family employees, and external experts with different degree of influence. Owners. So he's pointing out, this is the finding of the study. I'm not surprised about it. I've read American papers. That's what they like doing. They'll give you a gist of the findings at the beginning of the work paper so that you know where it is going to. Okay. You do know that one of the accounting students here can look at external experts and non-family business employees, how they influence their family employee decisions in a small business decision, look at any accounting practices. To what you can even do a study to see in Ghanaian firms, which of them is stronger? Is it the family employees, the non-family employees, or the external experts? That is another study somebody can do. And he will be quoting this guy. That according, I mean, he found, what is the guy's name? Crap, I've forgotten the guy's name. Hirita et al. 2017. That if you want to study fund accounting practices, in small businesses, they are usually proposed by 3 people: the family employees, the non-family employees, and the external experts. Your study is to look at in Ghana from a cultural perspective or from a decision-making perspective, which of them tends to weigh more in accounting firms? Is it the family employee, the non-family employee, and the external expert, and why? That's somebody's PhD too. Okay, so please, I just use this accounting example to be able to help us. I have several examples, but my accounting friends are not pulling up, so I wanted to give them some. Use that. And yes, it's very simple too, so everybody can follow it and make sense to them. So if you look at it, we are contributing to the concept of accounting practices. We are contributing to small business literature, and we are also contributing to family business literature. One work, I got 3 contributions. Okay, any questions? Then I'll wrap it here. Any questions? Okay, if you don't ask a question, I'll call you to ask a question. Acapella, ask a question. And Paul, ask a question.
Prof,
Yes.
we did mention that we should try and emulate people's writing style. Is it like how the person writes? Is it more like the academic writing, or what exactly were you choose? Because I didn't understand that part.
It's everything. It's everything. How people introduce concepts, introduce verses, introduce concept ideas, and then how they write their sentences. For example, look at this one. You can pick phrases. Maybe Derek can show you guys later. Like despite this, although, look at how it's compared. And you see sometimes the references are at the end. Sometimes the references is inside the work, in the middle somewhere. For example, look at this one. The reference is in the middle somewhere, and there's one here, and there's one at the end. But most of you think that all of them should be at the end, because he's making 3 arguments. Academic discipline has limited understanding on accounting practices. I introduced a small business, a far in this one, and a family business, this guy, and only a few studied that guy. But some of you would have written this whole sentence, go and put all the 3 at the end, but will not know which is for each of them. So that's another style of writing you should know. And then when you are not sure of the date, you see, you write small business, you say undated. So if you look at it, the small business, you say undated. So you are learning that sometimes you may not know the date, so you put undated there, and then you put the rest of the work. But if you have plenty undated in your work, then you are being a thief. You're going to sit under some tree and you're just creating references and calling them undated. In Manchester, when we supervised, then the Nigerian students wanted to copy the Chinese students. So the Chinese students, when they do an assignment, then they will write something from Chinese in their language, a reference from China, and they will add some few things and this and tell you that the rest of the references in Chinese. If you can go and find it in the local government, it's up to you. So this my Nigerian friend realized that this one, if you give us an assignment and you don't know, you can just conjure something, right? Abiokota 2008 or something like that. The guy went to do it and submitted it, and they told him that he's a liar. But the person was marking, he said he was an evangelist, a missionary, teacher missionary in that particular region of Nigeria. There's nothing like this. And they got my Nigerian friend, Charlie. So please, if you are creating references, don't follow the Chinese. So I'm just by the way, just in case you are creating references, just be careful. If you are caught, your PhD can be. I feel when I was in Manchester, a more serious note, I had 2 Ghanaian students, 2 students who had gone to disciplinary committee, and the International Students Association was going to defend them. One of them was my friend for plagiarism. The guy was my friend. I actually picked something from BBC discussion on BBC radio, like he listened to it and put in his work, and he didn't cite it well. And the lecturer was going to penalize him for him to be withdrawn or something like that. And the International Student Society was going to defend the guy that these are people coming from Africa. This is the first time you're doing referencing. The thing Grabo he was listening to, he didn't know that when you pick from radio. At that time, Grabo, I didn't even know that when you pick from radio, you have to write the evidence appropriately. So I'm telling you, if you pick from radio, there's a way if you go to learn APA style reference, there's a way you cite radio discussions too. Okay then. I see. Please, I hope you understand. Paul, have I answered your question?
Yes, Prof, you have. Thank you.
So are you going the Nigerian way?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay then. Then Joseph, Nkoma.
Hello, Prof. Barton. I want to say a very thank you for your insights today. It has really opened our eyes, and I'm working on
Well,
something.
Joseph, if you're talking for yourself, talk
Yes.
for yourself. The rest of the class, they think I'm disturbing them. You there. If you're talking for yourself, talk for yourself. What are you trying to say for everybody?
Prof, I fully align with him. Yusuf.
This is
So
not
I'm also talking to myself.
this is not Parliament of Ghana. When is your turn? Then you say you own.
All right.
You
All
see,
right.
yeah,
Please,
but
I'm working.
petition. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello,
I think
Prof. Yes. So
we should appoint somebody as our what's the name of the chief of the no, the speaker of parliament. We appoint
Speaker and chief
whip.
So the chief whip will come from marketing. The speaker can come from HR. We'll see. Or the speaker can be Emily. Emily is the one who has the answer. Anyway, Joseph, go ahead.
Yes, Prof. So I'm working on assessing the adoption of electronic health record system in a health facility in Ghana. And then upon going through it and from your discussions, it looked more like an MBA sort of work. But you hinted on the fact during your explanation with Dr. Bano's work that you can apply multiple theories. Now, my question is, if I'm to apply the UTAT theory and also look at where I look at the perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, and then I add on with the TOE framework that looks at the technology, organization, and environment. That is to say that is the environment really embracing the technology or adopting the technology? Does it fit to be qualified as a PhD work? Thank you.
You answered yourself. The UTAC itself has got its own weaknesses that people have been calling for it to be addressed. They need other variables in it. So if you go and look for UTAC 3 and UTAC 2, you can see the weaknesses in UTAC 2 and say you want to address that one, then choose it. But your topic area is not interesting. Please, when you are choosing a topic, think about your survivor. The whole business, the whole University of Canada, you have advertised your thesis and you come to present. And people have logged on to come and listen to you. And you say you're doing electronic medical records in 2029. Oh, gosh. That will not be interesting. Electronic medical records, maybe 7 years ago, fair enough. But right now, electronic medical records is a common thing across every board. It's not something very new. And I don't know what new we are going to try to add to it. Look at, I told you last week that you can contribute to concept. And I told there's a concept called, somebody is doing a concept, gamification. It's a concept, which has not gained much more studies here. Gen Z, Gen Y, I told you people. So the topic you mentioned, there's nothing sexy, sorry you use the word, but there's nothing sexy around. Like, there's nothing that attractive about it. When you are choosing a topic, please choose for something that when people hear, oh, what is it? I would like to go and listen to it. It even draws interest from people who are not in academia. You come and present that one here. Even a medical doctor get up and tell you about what you are saying. It is not possible. We stopped using this in 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
Sure, Prof. I'll work on it.
If you're going to
I
study
understand.
adherence to data protection policies and studying hospitals, that could be a little bit interesting. How they manage electronic medical record inconsistent with our data protection policy, the Protection Act. If you're going to study that one, in alignment of that one, to see how many hospitals in Ghana are fully registered with the commission and are practicing the principles of the commission, then you are talking about something interesting. Do you understand? The commission may even give you a job. Yeah. So electronic medical records is not necessarily the error. The error is the way you pose the right question to it. That makes it interesting. That makes it a little bit weightier enough to go for another 3 or 4 years, and enough room to contribute different contribute the, knowledge from different perspectives. You own like this, you publish one paper out of it. Let me give you an example. Think about this carefully. University of Ghana says that if you want to do PhD per publication, publish 3 papers. And then if you not, go and do the monograph where you write one big paper, one big paper, and one big report. That's from beginning to end, chapter 1 to chapter 9 or chapter 8. It means that when you want to pass your indirectly, the University of Ghana is saying that if you want to pass your monograph, the one you're writing, is you should be able to derive 3 papers from it. That's what it's telling you. 3 papers is equal to the monograph. So if your PhD monograph cannot generate 3 papers, the PhD monograph has a problem. Well, the reason why I told Emmanuel that his people he has finished is that the way Emmanuel structured the work, every question looked like a paper on its own and could have contributed relatively to a paper, but it needs some adjustment somewhere. So you could see a PhD there either by monograph or by publication. But the kind of things you're writing, the first question is very weak. The second question is so it needs some adjustment, but the third question is boo boo. So how can you have a PhD in that area? I hope you understand. The university said 3 papers equals to 1 monograph. So 1 monograph should be able to generate 3 papers. And that's why I was telling you last week that you should be able to publish from the web, either conference, book chapter, a journal. So can you generate 3 outputs from your PhD? Derek, have you heard me? He's asleep.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof. I've heard you. Yes,
So you
Prof.
now understand it.
Yes, Prof. Very well.
And you, what have you generated out of the work? A conference abstract.
Yes, Prof. I'm always sending it to you. I was even working on it whilst you are talking, so I'm on it.
The book chapter.
Yes, the book chapter and then the conference, the current conference we had to send for the sports journal.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, so class, please, are you hearing me?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof. Let me go to Emily. I'll come to you, Speaker of Parliament. So let's go to Nelson. So Emily, constitute the majority. I don't know which is the majority. And let us then constitute the minority, and let them establish their chief whip and things, so that when you come to class, I know how to handle you. You are the speaker. Okay.
Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So you can get the numbers from the students and know which of them. You can appoint an electoral commissioner. Some people's faces look like electoral commissioner already. Okay. Nelson, there's somebody there's somebody in Parliament who conducts the elections in Parliament. What's his name? Is it the one whose husband told him to come home, and he said that my husband has to come home, so I
The
went
clerk of parliament.
the clerk of Parliament.
Clerk of parliament.
Yeah, okay. So Emmanuel Kony will be the clerk of Parliament. Okay. So Emmanuel, get the list and get to know who is the majority in the class, so they can get the cheap way from there. I think it's finance or HR. I don't know. And one group is 9. I think it's marketing. You are 9. No, I'm talking about
Yes, Prof. We are 9.
Yeah, I think marketing may be the largest. So marketing can become the majority, and the minority is I think
Health policy.
Health policy. So minority is health policy. So that one we are okay. We have got Nelson and Co there, so they can appoint themselves there. So it's fair. Now we have a whole parliament here. So, okay, that's good.
Okay,
so,
Prof.
Emily,
Thank you very much.
Get the phone numbers and email addresses of your clerk, your minority,
Prof, what about independent candidates?
No, there's no independent candidates. MIS, you are not counted in this class. Okay, Nelson, go ahead. Your hand was
Yeah,
up.
Prof. Thank you. Thank you very much for the enlightenment. So now, after going through your enlightenment, I've come up with a simple topic: impact of technology, digitization, and innovation on achieving UHC in Ghana and Africa.
Okay.
Please, how do you see that one?
That one is also error. One of them is that you are mixing too much terminologies, the technology, innovation, are they not the same? And then
Yeah, but please.
No. Listen to me. Take your time.
Okay.
Take your time. Go and choose an area of research and if possible, like for which was telling at that time, go to the UG. Let's go there together. I'm going to show you 2 ways of finding topics that can help you. So first of all, let's go to UG space. Go to UG space.
Okay.
UG space is the UG repository. You look for thesis. In fact, the doctoral even already. There's even doctoral already. So when you go to doctoral, I hope I'm on the good internet.
Then, Prof, can you have intervention in your PhD thesis?
Don't worry about that one. So you listen to me. So when you come here, these are doctoral theses. So you can see, you can search for health. Because some of them can come from the department. I would have said go to the business school department, go to sub-communities and then look for the one on business school, College of Health Sciences. So you can look at College of Health Sciences, College of Education. We are in College of Humanities, so you go to College of Humanities, and then you choose. When you get to College of Humanities, choose sub-communities again, and then you can choose business school. Then all the business school thesis will come, and then you can choose. You see somebody's PhD. I told you guys, mobile payment technology and fraud prevention, customer intention to continually use the service. A study of moderated by Generation XYZ. It's a very good study. So, yeah, there's some community again. Then you can choose your department. So your department doesn't put plenty there. Look at this, only 14. MIS only 9. And we have more graduates. It's about the university putting the thing there, so they're not putting more there. So I think by you, it's a starting point.
Okay, please. Thank you very much.
I don't see anything healthcare here. We are in trouble.
Prof, it's not a problem. It's the first time.
Healthcare.
We'll still put it there.
Look at the healthcare and consumption effect on health insurance. That's 1 year.
Oh, okay.
And then work-life balance of budgeting systems. Sure. Good. Health insurance again. I think that health insurance is an interesting area in your field of study. Then public partnership in the context of health sector. That is also another one here. Okay, so I've opened 3 of them. Healthcare and consumption effects of health insurance enrollment in poor distance. And you can see the supervisors' names are there when you open the work. This is Richard Akute. You can download it yourself. I'm copying this one. Let me put it in the class page.
Okay, please.
Where is your
business school?
Where am I?
It's not showing here.
No, it's UGBS. UGBS.
UGBS. Okay.
Okay, so I think if I'm right, is this a platform? No. Okay, this one. Good. Now, so I put the link there. I put the one for the healthcare there for you. So you
okay,
can
please.
look at that one. You can click on it and download it yourself. So
okay,
so that is one way.
Thank you, Prof.
That's one way. So that's one way. The other way is to go to Google itself and then type health management policy PAG.
Okay.
Thesis and then PDF.
Okay.
And then you can add doctoral.
Okay.
It will go you straight to other. This is UCF, other digital commons and other universities. Let's say Mohammed, this guy, I know him. His own is available. Okay. Wow. Let me see it. Later I can leave it to you guys. Okay, so You can set through, you may get one. Okay, the other one, this is going straight to the PDF. That's the interesting thing. Aston University, somebody is up to a supply chain. So this one is going straight to the PDFs. That's it. Assessing the impact of sustainable supply chain management on healthcare performance. Aston University in the US. A Ghanaian. Kujo Usu Bempa. Yes. You can go and read and get ideas.
Okay.
Okay. Now, that's it.
Thank you, Prof.
The third one is to also go to Google Scholar. This is getting sample thesis in the area of topic that you have chosen. Google Scholar, and then type in that you are interested in. What do you say you're interested in?
Health digitization, digital health, and universal health coverage.
You see the papers now here. They are linking inequality. This is one.
Yes.
See, look at this one. How digital health will contribute to sustainable attainment of universal health in Africa. But this is at the Africa level. So you have to be very careful. When you are thinking Africa level, you may not get all the data. This is digital health inclusion towards achieving a universal health coverage for Bangladesh, utilizing the general practitioner model. You may want to read this paper. It may give you an idea of what you can do in Ghana.
Okay.
So that's you have to start from something like that. So the more you do the readings, the better you come to understand what is possible. Okay, so this is another link to all healthcare policies, University of South Florida. But this is different types. Okay, I'm just telling you that there are different ways of doing it. Okay.
Okay, Prof.
Thank
you.
Let me now take somebody.
Thank you.
Chief Speaker, I'm ready.
That's now going back.
Speaker of Parliament, Emily.
Prof, please, I'm sorted.
Hey, the clerk sorted you.
No, Doug. Okay, Prof, please, another issue was when you were speaking, you mentioned the structure should be argument, evidence, and illustration. I wanted to see if you could throw a little more light on the illustration part.
Illustration is more about the sentence that has the evidence. Sometimes you may, okay, let me just use here, this one as an example for you. Okay. Okay, listen to the, no, even this part, there's a lot of them here, but let me give you an example here. Many developed countries have implemented GP models that make their healthcare systems more effective and reduce burden on hospitals for primary healthcare issues. Many developed countries, where's the evidence? In the early 20th century, primary healthcare was introduced in UK, emphasizing the concept of referral. The USA, so this is an illustration and an evidence. The evidence is a citation. The illustration is the explanation to this one. So say developed countries.
Okay.
The first developed country you mentioned UK. Then you mentioned the US one. They mentioned Norway. 3 different illustrations. And then 4, Australia. All for this one. Many developed countries. Do you see it?
Yes, Prof. Thank you.
Then it goes here. Additionally, developed countries began standardizing their healthcare systems in the 1990s and developed health level 7 standard, which ISO adopted as a reference for international standardization by compiling several frameworks and related standards for exchange and integration and sharing of retrieval of electronic medical healthcare records. Okay. All previously, all documents were written by hand, and patients did not have access to them. However, with the advent of public EHR system, various benefits for a public healthcare system have been recognized, and including, so it continues goes on. Another then is, for example, another way you can see illustration is, for example, then in the system there. So as you read, you see that there are some sentences which are arguments, some sentences which is an evidence supporting an argument, sometimes which is in that evidence supporting an argument, they quote, they bring a citation. Number 5, they are using the Chicago style. Number 6, well, the engineering style, the numbering style. Then they also cite, they also bring actual explanations, which gives you either some statistics or some example in a country or a contextual perspective.
Okay. Noted. Thank you, Prof.
So you see it in everybody's writing. I mean, listen, I had to learn it myself, and I've been teaching students argument, evidence, illustration. So you see, a good writing is a combination of these 3. Okay, I finished. There was a last one hand up. Which one is it? Is there any hand up again? Please, is there any hand up again? No. Okay, thank you very much. Set. It was set. Okay.
Yes, Prof. Thank you, Prof. I was like, well, I was of the opinion that I think most of us have an idea, but we don't have a topic or a research title yet. So I was suggesting if you could open up your doors where we present ideas to you, and then you help us shape a topic out of it.
Why are you confusing yourself? The topic is what you have. That's what you call an idea. The title is
okay. So
as for your title, it's not going to firm right now. So it's a topic that is we are trying to help you. But if somebody gives me a topic and it's about 3 sentences, how can it be a topic?
No. So, Prof, with example of mine, I am interested in how organizations like the district assemblies, farmers come together to deal with climate change adaptation policies. And looking at the literature, looking at the literature, it points out that community level or community engagement is less when it comes to climate change adaptation policies, where it is more focused on the central government, the micro level, with less engagement with the people. And then also looking at 2029, and this is where current literatures on climate change are pointing out to. Is it still advisable to have this as an objective, looking at how community level engagement could be included in climate change adaptation policies, which gives you more like collaborative governance, where institutions collaborate to deal with climate change?
Very good points. First of all, the thing that guide you the idea that the things at the community level, the paper that you saw, was it only on Ghana?
No, Prof.
Good. So if you have got the papers that are not only on Ghana, use the papers that are not just only on Ghana to be able to come up with your research problem, and then you'll be okay. The problem that many of you have is that you go and pick one paper from Ghana and use it to determine your PhD. Remember when we were reading the accounting, they says a statement that similar patterns are found across other countries. Can any pattern be found in any other country? If we take Ghana out of the PhD and we take your work to Bangladesh, will it hold?
Okay.
Good. So I will not want you to build everything and bank it on just Ghana, because political instability or political issues can even change the situation. And Ghana's, for example, if the problem you are seeing in Ghana is about the lack of, today they say you are not paying. Let's give you an example. They have not nurses have not yet been paid.
Yeah.
And then you go and make that one your PhD topic. Why government fails to pay nurses? Then by the end of the semester 1, they are brought in the plan and they are paid them. The nurses have stopped crying. What has happened to your PhD? I said, I asked you a question. Will you answer?
Yeah, so I mean, there's no more a gap that you seek to fill.
Good. So we want something that as you are looking at it, and don't be surprised that today the gap may look very good, but tomorrow it may not look good. So what it means is that you have to keep your eye on the literature. As you read more, you can refine the gap and make it stronger. the research gap may not be finalized from day one. In fact, the day you are submitting, you may even fine-tune it to communicate your work better. Some people even go to the field and come and they realize that their findings is pointing to something interesting that they didn't capture in the research gap. So they want to go and find more literature and then make that one a case so that they will make it to let their work sell better. Okay. I hope I've addressed everybody. But
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof. Thank you.
Elizabeth, have I addressed you? Seems Elizabeth is not even here. Anyway, thank you very much. Okay. Yes, Opoku, your hand is up, or you can then go. Oh, Opoku, speak. Sorry, speak. Whoever's hand is up, speak. Let's go. Whoever's hand was up, please speak. The hand is still up.
Yes, please. Thank you, Doc. Yes, please. Thank you, Doc. Doc, I wanted to find out if some of us who had internet connection challenges, will the link be shared so that we can benefit from listening to the discussions again?
Yes, please. The link will be shared. And I'm not Doc, I'm my prof. Please. I keep on recommending and telling you to put these things.
Prof, sorry. Please, my apologies, sir.
Okay. Thank you. The doc is not.
Thank you.
We call Dr. Boateng. He's a different person in the business school. He's in accounting.
Thank you.
It's not me.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Joseph.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Joseph. Speak.
Yes, I just spoke.
Okay. Thank you very much. I was not looking at the name.
Okay.
Emily, in the absence of any other thing, can the house close?
Yes, please.
Okay, then. Clark, are we okay?
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
Yeah.
Can I disperse them?
Yes, please.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. So next week we will continue. Please go and do the work I give you properly, and this time type it out nicely into a write-up. Go more than 2 papers, do about 5 papers, and use it to substantiate your research problem and get your purpose and objectives and a title and bring it to class so that we can use it. We can teach with it. Yes. Don't be scared.
No.
You end up writing this thing like 7 times. And by the time later when you look at it, you'll be very happy that you did it several times.
Prof, please, can we get the notes, the slides in the group?
There's no slides, so I'm actually teaching from my book, which will be ready for you by next week. So you can pick a copy. I'm not using any slides. The slides for the research paradigm and things, I'll give it to you when I teach a research paradigm. But for the rest of the things, I'll just teach you from my book. If you go for the research problem, if you go and look for my research made easy from the book the library, please, the book on the bookshop is edition 4, not edition 5. Edition 5 is not yet out. So those of you when they asking for edition 5, it's edition 4. Is there. And the bookshop is doing some sales. So they reduce the number of books by 10%. So if you go early, you may get a good discount on it. So please, thank you very much. Pick one of the research made easy books. Chapter 2 deals very well with writing research problem, and that's where I was teaching from. Okay, then.
Thank you, Prof.
Yo.
Prof, please, the assignment, you said we should do the research problem, objectives, and what?
The purpose, like what you are doing today. The purpose.
Okay, purpose. Okay.
My title will also.
Okay, title.
Someone will write it out nicely for you and post it on the class page.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you too.
Yes, Prof. After their class, I have a few questions I would like to discuss, or a few concerns I want to discuss with you. This is Derek.
You, as Attorney General, what are you going to do here?
So, well, that's why I'm allowing Parliament to dissolve before I come in.
Parliament, you are dissolved. You can go. Derek, I think I have to send you how to join the invitation link to join the class. So you can share with your mates.
Prof, I got it from one of the students. I think, is it Daniel? I had this contact from the previous class, so he sent it to him.
Okay. Oh, please, you guys can go. Or Derek, let me close it and then pause the reception, the recording and come back.